Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for joining us in Grand Theft Auto 5 as we try to solve the Chiliad Mystery. I'm RJ. We have to bring in one of the brightest minds when it comes to the Chiliad Mystery hunters, Danny Coldblood, aka MusicVidiot. How you doing today, Danny?
Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you so much, RJ, for having me in another episode here at Trippy Commentaries. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. We certainly have a lot to get to. There's been some very interesting discoveries, and I really need to get Danny's opinion on some of these things. I mean, when it comes to these glowing symbols, perhaps a alien tentacle being discovered there at the vineyard, we have to get some different opinions just to see where maybe this is all pointing us towards. Now, we do have a very interesting discovery to show off here in this episode. Danny, this is something you've shown off a while ago, but with the glowing drainage pipe. Sounds kind of weird, but it definitely makes up a symbol over there in the vineyard. That was shown off. It's definitely glowing every single day across every console. Well, there's another symbol that also glows, or at least another object here in northern San Andreas. We're going to show it off here in this episode. MusicVidiot, what can you tell us about the golden tree that we're going to show off here today?
Well, I never knew what to think of it. I found this a little while ago, and I talked to a couple people about it, and they went and looked at it. They said, no, it's probably a glitch. It's just a glitch. And the more and more I see people making videos of things leading them to other places and more glowing things or moving things, I started to think about this glowing object we're about to approach a little bit more and more. And I'm like, I bet you there's more to this. I bet you that there's so many clues that we just overlook because we think that we're crazy or we write it off as a glitch, that we're probably passing up really good stuff. Considering the location, this is a very suspicious location as it is. And then you have this glowing tree here. I don't know what to think of it, but I think there's probably more to it than just a glitch. It's been here since day one. I don't know, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I think, well, we definitely have to have a meeting of the minds. There it is right there. And that does not just include myself and MusicVidiot guys. It also includes you. So definitely drop what you think about these recent discoveries of glowing objects. Are they correlating to something? Because to me, it seems like they're pointing out different locations. Of course, in the vineyard, where you have the location symbol, the glowing location symbol, it seems to let us know that maybe there's a lot more to the vineyard that we first saw. Not only a Morse code being hidden in the vines themselves, the grapevines, but possibly even pointing us straight up into the air because the location symbol is upside down. Maybe they're letting us know that we have to go directly up. Well, not too far away from that symbol, straight up in the air, is the Fort Zancudo UFO. So maybe they are trying to give us little symbols and little clues with these glowing objects. Now here with the tree itself, as you said, Danny, we're right here at Mount Gordo. This is one of only 2 locations that you can do yoga. We've certainly looked at Mount Gordo a lot. When you do yoga here, right in the background you have Mount Chiliad. There can't be no coincidence there. There's a reason why it shows that off. You also have a radio tower up here, and another kind of cool thing here in Mount Gordo is there's this tiny lake up here. Now you can find a peyote plant, I believe, in this area, but it just looks kind of cool, and it's another one of those locations that you never really go to at all. So as far as the glowing tree, Danny, we just shown it off. You actually have been talking about this for a while here, and I really think that this is the second glowing object that we have found. What could they possibly be signifying with that one?
Well, the more I think about it, the game is kind of cut in half. You got the city at the bottom half, and then you got the desert and the country kind of style in the northern half. And a lot of things connect with each other. Like we have the second place for yoga, Mount Gordo. We have the glowing tree. Okay, it's glowing. We have the altruist camp that's also in the northern half of the game, and that is one of the main things that altruists say is our path is lit. So if you take certain things from different, parts of the game, you can kind of see them connect together. So the more I think about it, the more I see connections. It's just, how can we make these connections actually lead us to something tangible? Because they seem relevant and plausible as they stand. I just would like to see something come out of these discoveries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we were talking about that off camera. You have a bit of a philosophical approach to some of these discoveries, thinking that maybe Rockstar has different things in mind that one might think. I feel like there might be some physical clues that we've overlooked, and one being this glowing tree, because once again, I think the fact that this tree glows every single day on every single console, just like the drainage pipe or glowing location symbol from the vineyard, maybe this means something. It could be a glitch, but we gotta say, guys, there's been so many glitches in this game that Rockstar has patched up, especially considering this is on a whole new console altogether from the first one that we played. The tree itself, is it maybe pointing out the tree of knowledge or some sort of tree of time? I know some people like to say trees are a symbol to time, and that's something we've definitely looked at quite a bit, Danny. Any other ideas as of right now, as far as this glowing tree is concerned? It is right now the second glowing object we found here in the game.
Well, you know, you are wearing the Epsilon robes, and one thing the Epsilon do say or preach, they say that the trees talk if you listen. So, I mean, should we listen and say, hey, this thing is glowing, let's give it some more attention? Or should we just brush it off and say it's a glitch? Rockstar's got money, okay? They made $500 million just on microtransactions alone, okay? They can fix this thing. They know about it. They obviously haven't fixed it. Maybe it's not broken. Maybe we should listen. Open our ears, open our eyes.
Here we are at the vineyard. There's certainly a lot to talk about here. And maybe the sun, which we pointed out could be really the key to solving the entire Chiliad mystery. Maybe the sun can show us some things here at this location as well. I was watching Indiana Jones recently, the very first one, the Raiders of the Lost Ark. When they found the secret location of the Ark, it was the sun that pointed it out. So it's definitely not far-fetched that Rockstar would make the sun point out the location to something huge here in the Chiliad mystery, as it really already has a few times. But getting to the vineyard here, Danny, what is your initial thoughts about the crazy alien tentacle vine, or whatever you want to call it? It is definitely something like we've never seen before here in GTA 5.
Well, you know, my thoughts are still mixed on that. I'm not sure if it's pointing us somewhere or if it's actually another clue. Like, am I just overlooking another thing like the golden tree, and it's really something telling me, you know, information, you know, where to go or whatever. I have mixed feelings as I stand right now, so I'm not too sure. I do know that this vineyard has always caused me to really second glance everything around it. Like, I've always looked at these, you know, different sectionalized bushes or whatever as possibly Morse code. I know that's been brought up recently. There's a lot of things that could be going on here that we are overlooking or not paying attention to. I think there's a lot of mysterious stuff here. As far as that, you know, wiggling vine or whatever, I don't know. I'm mixed. I can go either way on that right now.
Yeah, here it is one more time, guys. It is definitely, I don't even know what to say, man. It is definitely unique. It moves very randomly, and it could be a reference to different things, perhaps even something like the Little Shop of Horrors. Let us know if you guys have any ideas there. We're still confused to whether that is something that maybe they are pointing out here in the game, or if it's just an oddity that Rockstar felt like putting in the game for no reason. Now, the vineyard does have something that we certainly need to point out here, though. It definitely correlates to the sun itself. What do you think's going on here as far as a clue to the sun, MusicVidiot?
Well, I was in this location the other day with Delta, and he pointed something out to me, and it's very funny that you use the word point out, because it actually does point to a certain direction, and it's so funny how things in this game can go right over your head. Like, we play this game all the time, and it's been like 3 years, and we're still finding new things every day. So when Delta showed this to me, I was blown away, because I've been here so many times. If you go down and look at the sign that's right below you, it says Marlow Vineyard, and the O in Marlow is actually the symbol for the sun, the circle with the dot in it. And this has been a symbol that's been talked about a lot lately, especially with the whole beam me up Uranus and, shoot for the stars and all that relevancy with the observatory and the sun and the moon. The sun symbol has been very, bright, okay, in conversation lately. And the fact that it's right here at the Marlowe Vineyard, and if you look at the sign, it's actually standing on what looks to be like an arrow, okay? And if you stand right where the arrow, like in the center where the arrow's pointing, that's actually the direction, the exact direction of where the sun rises. And then if you turn around on that arrow, directly behind it, that's where the sun sets. So this little arrow is actually pointing directly to the sunrise. And it's, it proves itself by having the symbol of the sun inside of the word Marlowe for the O being the symbol.
Interesting. So hopefully this is yet another clue towards the sun pointing out something much bigger here in Grand Theft Auto 5, especially when it comes to the Chiliad Mystery. I think that would be an epic way for Rockstar to give us the final clue, or maybe the final location of the biggest Easter egg in the game. It could be the UFOs, it could be something we've already found, but I have a feeling there's still something massive to be discovered. It's almost like Rockstar has put the Da Vinci Code right here inside GTA 5. Even this yellow biplane has been looked at by some of the mystery hunters recently. It's definitely interesting. They showed it off in the very first trailer for GTA 5. It was spraying some poison gas on some of the workers of the vineyard. So there's a lot going on here in GTA 5, a lot we're looking at. Thanks again for joining up, Danny. There's still a lot to be discovered here in Grand Theft Auto 5. Don't you agree?
Oh, I do, man. Thank you again for having me. And guys, if you have anything to comment on any of this stuff, if you've progressed with any of it, definitely let us know in the comments. RJ, it's been an honor and a pleasure. Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks again for joining up for the episode, guys. Make sure to stay tuned. Definitely subscribe to Danny's channel if you haven't already. Of course, MusicVidiot here on YouTube will bring you plenty of more episodes and hopefully some new discoveries very soon. Catch you guys on the flip side. And as always, stay trippy, my friends.